Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying the Kiara Sky Dip Powder Nail Kit. This one specifically is their color kit. They also do have a French nail kit. So I am very excited to try this. I feel like I haven't tried dip powder in quite a while or have done a dip powder nail set. When I first started using dip powder, I absolutely hated it, but once I got the hang of actually using it and started using it more, I fell in love with using dip powder, and using dip powder, doing dip powder nails, it has become one of my favorite ways to do my nails. I just really like the whole process of it, and I think it is something super simple, beginner friendly, and fun and easy to do. So this kit is from the Kiara Sky website. It is currently $109.99, so it is definitely one of the pricier dip powder kits. I do have a discount code that you can use on the Kiara Sky website for 10% off your purchase. That code is NAILEDBYBRANDI10. I'll put it on screen and down in the description box below in case you do want to purchase this kit. Of course, I do know this one is super pricey compared to some other Amazon nail kits, but once I started using it, I really could understand that why the price point is a little bit higher, since it is very good quality products. So it is MMA free, non-yellowing, and odorless. So of course, dip powder is still going to have a low odor. But with this kit, I think it is one of the kits that I have tried that has had the lowest odor like liquids, and it wasn't like making me like feel like I have to sneeze. And you know, if you have ever used dip powder, some of the kits out there, they have super strong dip liquids and it makes your nose run and your eyes water. And I do know that that can also be a dip flu, and some people do experience that. When I am working with dip powder, I always like to, of course, wear a mask, have an air purifier on, and even have a window open if possible. So here is just a quick look at the back of the box. Something that is also really nice with this kit is it does have vitamins and calcium. So that is great for our natural nails, and I really liked that that was included like in the dip powders and the products. So this kit is definitely a very healthy alternative. It is also cruelty free, and you could just see on the back of the box there, it just said a little quick message kind of promoting the dip powder kit along with everything that is included. So the first thing that I'm showing here is the dip powder starter guide, and this went so in depth. I was amazed with how good these dip powder instructions were. It has the step-by-step with pictures. It shows you how to prep your nails with the step-by-step, also with pictures. It also shows how you can use the colored dip powder. It also shows how to use pink and white and how to apply gel polish on top of your dip powder. So these instructions are perfect for beginners. Of course, in today's video, I am going to be showing the process of how I did my dip powder application. But if you do end up getting this kit and you are a beginner or first time using dip powder, follow along with this instruction guide right here. I was amazed. Again, the step-by-step with the pictures. It really went into so much detail, and I really liked that. It also shows on this little pamphlet here that what all the kit includes, the dip liquids. It also includes the 5 dip powder colors. And then at the bottom, it says not included but needed, a cuticle pusher, file, and a buffer, I believe. I can't remember what else, but we also have some tips and tricks on the back as well, just sharing a little information like make sure you're dipping at a 45-degree angle. So just starting off here with this little user manual or pamphlet here, I was impressed with how good everything was going. The tips and tricks, also this here was just giving a little bit more. It was kind of like a tips and tricks card. Both of these I would recommend saving them. Do not throw them away. They share a lot of useful information and really good information. Here we have some proper care. The next item are some replacement brushes, and these are actually used because sometimes your dip base brush or the dip top can harden up. That is like something that can happen over time. So they do include some brush replacements. And then let's actually take a look at all of the actual supplies that we will be using to create our dip powder nails. So the first one we have here is the Dip Essentials Bond, which is step number 1. And basically that is like a dehydrator or primer type thing to help your dip powder nails last. We also have the base, which is step number 2. The Seal Protect, which is step number 3. I also want to mention that these are all in 15 ml bottles, so that is great. And I also like how you do get the bond as well. The top, which is step number 4. We also get cuticle oil, which they call Nourish Oil, which is step number 5. Most kits or dip powder kits I have seen does not include cuticle oil, so I really like that. And lastly, we have the Brush Saver, which is step number 6. And I like how they include brush replacements and also brush saver, especially for the price point of how high it is. I do really like that they give you 2 different options of how you can help save your brushes. We also have 5 dip powder colors, and these are in 1 ounce jars, so they are a pretty good big size jar. I believe this is actually their full size jar for their dip powders. On the back, you can just see a little bit of information like the ingredients, and then on the bottom here, it has the number and the actual powder. That one there was natural. This one is clear. And it's always good when kits include clear, especially if you're doing ombres, French tips, or glitter, or just to help build your nail. The next dip powder is a nude dip powder, and the name for that one was Prim and Proper. And I actually really fell in love with that nude dip powder color. The next dip powder is a red dip powder. I personally don't really like working with red dip powder, but I do like how that was included because red nails are very classy. The red name was Hot Damn. This one is a glitter dip powder, and it was a gold glitter named Superficial. And the last thing included in the Kiara Sky dip powder kit is this dip powder recycling system. This is great so you do not waste your product. It is also perfect for cleaning up. Basically, you will just use the scoop to scoop out some of the dip powder, hold your nail over the container, pour, and then the second scoop will actually catch the dip powder, and you just kind of repeat that same exact process and it will catch your dip powder. This is also great for if you are doing clients, that way you don't actually have to dip the client's nail into the dip powder jar and contaminate all of the dip powder. I personally don't really feel like I need to use these unless I am doing longer nails, just because I don't do clients, I don't take any clients, I only do my own nails. So if I'm dipping my nails into my dip powder, it really doesn't affect anything. But these are great. You can also use these for glitter as well. I just really like the whole like catching system to where you can use the one scoop to pour it over. The other scoop will catch your product, and then you will have easy cleanup and you won't have to like throw everything away. So that was just a quick look at everything included in this dip powder kit. I will be linking it down below in the description box along with my discount code for Kiara Sky in case you guys are wanting to purchase this kit. Honestly, I do really recommend this kit. I know the price budget may be a little bit too high for some people, but if you are looking for a really good and good quality dip powder kit, this is definitely the one to get. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. So off camera, I did go ahead and apply some full cover square nail tips. I decided that I wanted to do full cover tips just because it's a little bit easier for me and I do not have to build the apex. But when I did this, I actually thought maybe I should have done the apex method just to share with you guys how to do that method. So if you do not know how to do the apex method with dip powder, please let me know in the comment section below if you want to see me doing a dip powder video with half cover nail tips instead of full cover nail tips. I can totally do that just to help you guys understand how to do the apex method. But for me, I find it a lot easier just to throw on some full cover nail tips because I don't have to worry about building a structure for the nails. So I am going to be doing this nude dip powder on all of the nails. I believe the name for this one was Prim and Proper. I also wanted to mention that you can use the recycling dip tray, or you can also use a cupcake liner, or of course, if your nails are short enough, you can just dip them right into the dip powder container. But with my nails, they were very long, and I was able to actually fit most of the nail into the dip powder container because these are bigger containers. Most kits, they come with super small ones, but these ones were actually pretty big. So if I would have had cut my nails down just a little bit shorter, I totally could have dipped them. But because I am doing some super long nails, I did go ahead and have to pour over the powder instead. So before I start explaining the dip powder process, I do quickly want to mention that off camera, when I applied my gel nail tips, I did just go ahead and cut them down to the length I wanted. I filed the free edge, and I also sealed in the cuticle to seal it in and also remove any spillage and also buff the surface of the nails. And then that's when I came back on camera, and I am now ready to begin the dip powder application. I did just go ahead and do that off camera though, because recently I've been doing a lot of gel extensions on my channel, and that's all I did for these nails as well, so I felt like it wasn't really necessary for me to show that. But once the nails were all filed and buffed, I went ahead, brushed away the dust, and then I was ready to begin the dip powder application. So for that, I am taking the dip base and applying that to the entire surface of the nail tip, just as if I were applying like a base coat, a top coat, a colored gel polish. I just applied it to the entire surface of the nail, avoiding my cuticles and my skin. You do not want to get this product on your skin, especially because then you are going to have the dip powder dry on your skin and it's going to become very hard to clean up. But then right after I applied the dip base, I went ahead and just poured over the powder on the nail. I kind of pat the nail to remove any excess powder. I then, a special little tip here that I really like to do to really get super clean cuticles is taking a wooden stick and cleaning up around the cuticle before the dip base has completely dried. And that really helps to get a very nice looking and clean looking cuticle if you just go in with a wooden stick and take it around your cuticle. So as you guys can see by the process I am doing here, you can kind of understand a little bit better why I like doing dip powder on full cover nail tips instead of on half cover nail tips. I have seen in one of my videos where I did dip powder that some people just prefer doing it on half cover nail tips because the nails tend to last longer for them. But basically, if you know how to do gel extensions on your nails and you can wear gel extensions and you have your prep down and those nails can last 3+ weeks, really, there is nothing to worry about if you just want to apply dip powder on top of them. Applying the dip powder is actually going to give the jelly tip or the gel tip a little bit more structure and strength, and it's honestly going to help your nails last a little bit better. If you already have the prep down, if you're good to go, your gel extensions can last 3+ weeks, there really isn't going to be any harm in just applying the dip powder over top. Now, probably if you're trying dip powder over full cover nail tips and they are popping off, more than likely you just haven't got your prep down yet and you need to be prepping your nails a little bit more just to make them last. It could also be an issue with your nail beds being super oily and the gel just not wanting to stick and the nail tip just popping off. That can also be an issue, but it's definitely a personal preference whether or not you like doing half cover nail tips or full cover nail tips. Definitely whatever works for you, that is what you are going to want to do, especially if you find one way a lot easier than the other. But again, if you do want to see the apex method of me doing half cover nail tips, please let me know down in the comments section below. I would really like to do that for you guys if that is a video that you want to see, more of kind of like an educational purpose video just to help you guys out if you don't really know how to build the apex or the structure for your dip powder nails when you are using half cover nail tips. So as you guys saw, I went ahead and did my first coat of dip powder. Most dip powders, you need to apply 2 coats to get the full color capacity. Now, of course, you can go in with 3 coats, 4 coats, even if you only want 1 coat. Again, personal preference, do whatever you like to do. But I did go ahead and go in with 2 coats of the nude color, covering the entire nail. For the first coat, I worked from my index to my pinky. I did go ahead and do my thumb off camera just so I could do it as a Instagram reel, but it is going to be the same as the other nails. But I went ahead and did all of the nails with the first coat. By the time I was finished with my pinky, all of the nails have dried. So I took a dust brush and removed any of the excess dip powder. And then now I am just going in with my second coat of dip powder onto all of the nails. So I know I have been talking a lot, but I do quickly want to mention a little bit about how I felt about the quality of the dip powder and the dip base. So for the dip base, honestly, I thought it was one of the best dip base products that I have ever used. It wasn't a super runny or thin base. It had kind of like a thicker consistency to it, but it wasn't too thick to where it was like globbing on the nail or making it very hard to apply. I thought it was a very smooth product, but it wasn't like super runny, which I really liked. Another thing with this dip base, I thought it had the perfect dry time. I was able to cover the entire nail with the dip base, and as you guys can see, these nails are pretty long, and for some product like dip base products, I have to like hurry up and brush it on the entire nail and like pour the powder over so quickly before the dip base dried. But personally, I thought this dip base had a really nice dry time. I was able to apply the product very carefully on my nail, making sure I don't get it on my skin. And then I was able to just pour over the powder, and it wasn't dry yet. But then once I applied the powder on the nail, it was dry within seconds. So yes, I definitely really liked the dip base. And again, the powders, if you have ever tried Kiara Sky, more than likely you have tried their dip, acrylic, or all-in-one powders. They are 10 out of 10 for me. I do really like them. They are amazing quality and some of the best dip powder acrylic powders that I have ever used. So I did just quickly want to mention that. That way I can help you guys out a little bit more whether or not this kit is something for you or if you should purchase this kit. Also, if this kit meets the price, and I think it does. Of course, I'm not saying that this kit is cheap by any means, or if everybody needs this kit, you can go on Amazon and find a cheaper dip powder kit and still get away with salon quality nails. But everybody has personal preferences. They like a more expensive kit. It may work a little bit better, easier for them, or a cheaper kit from Amazon could work just as well. So I just wanted to announce that and let you all know about a little bit more about how I felt about these products. After I was finished with my second coat of the nude dip powder, I then went ahead and just brushed away the dust, and now I am sealing in the colored dip powder with the clear dip powder just to seal everything in, and that way when I go into file, I can buff over the nails and I don't have to worry about removing any of the nude colored dip powder. Once I was finished with that third coat of dip powder, that was everything that I was going to be, all of the coats of dip powder I was going to be putting onto these nails. So I am now taking step 3, which is the seal protect, and basically this is the activator, which is going to activate the nails and make sure they are completely hard. That way you can go in with your filing and then your nails will fully be hardened and they won't have the gummy dip powder texture. So I just went in with a generous coat of this to all of the nails. You definitely want to make sure you go in with a generous coat, applying it to the entire nail. That way the nails can fully harden. I then let that set up for about 2 to 5 minutes. I generally just scroll on my phone looking at TikTok, Instagram, whatever, just to let them harden up and make sure everything is completely hard. I then like to go in with my filing, taking a 100 grit hand file from Kiara Sky to shape up the nail. I do the free edge, the sides of the nail. I also go gently around the cuticle just to kind of round it out and make it look a little bit cleaner. Do this very gently if you are doing this, because since you are very close to your skin and your cuticle, you can cut yourself and make yourself bleed. So just do that very gently. But I quickly just go through with some filing to make sure the shape is super crisp and where I want it to be. I then take a buffer and go over the surface of all of the nails to smooth them out and make sure the nails are completely smooth. So when I apply my gel polish, my top coat, the nails don't have any rough edges and I just smooth everything out. Here are how the nails are looking. I was absolutely obsessed with how they were looking. I thought they were so cute, especially this nude color. I fell in love with the nude. I thought it matched very nicely with my skin tone. And now I am going in with a second coat of step number 3, the Seal Protect, just to reactivate the nails because I did go in with my filing and buffing. I just want to make sure all of the layers of the dip powder are fully hardened up and I didn't get any gumminess when I was filing. I didn't have any gummy layers. The nails were fully hardened. So yes, this activator really does work wonders. So after I applied that activator again, I let it dry for about 2 to 5 minutes, and then now I am going to be going in with my nail art. For today's nail set, I am going to be doing a very cute Western cow print nail set. My For You page on Instagram has been filled with cow print nails, Western nails, and I love cow print nails. I think they are so cute, and I wanted to do some more cow print Western nails because I've been seeing it so much. So I decided I would kind of throw in a abstract cow print design for these nails, also giving it a little bit of like a teal western look to it, and also adding in some flowers to give it more of a spring look to it. And I was obsessed with these nails. I thought they turned out so freaking cute. Definitely some of the favorite cow print nails I have ever done. But I am starting off with the white canvas gel liner, which is also from Kiara Sky, and I am going to be doing some abstract on the nails, kind of adding the white to where I want the cow print to be on the nail, but instead of just doing basic French tips or covering the entire nail in cow print, I wanted to do something a little bit more fun and make it look different. So here I am just going in, I'm starting off with the gel liner and creating kind of like my outline for where I want it to be, where I want like the cow print to take over on the nail. And then I would just be filling it in with that same liner brush. Of course, you can just go in with a larger brush, like a gel polish brush, and fill this in to make it a little bit quicker. But honestly, I didn't really have much problems with filling it in with the liner brush because they are really good quality. They also are a bit longer than most other gel liner brushes, which I really like. And this was very simple to do. I had a lot of fun with it just because instead of creating a perfect French tip, I really had that creativity to be able to just do a swiggly line or just some sort of different like abstract French tip, which I really liked because it made it a little bit more fun. If I would have just done French tips on all of the nails and did my cow print in the French tips, I feel like I would have struggled a lot more with the nail set because French tips are really not easy at all. Even though they create a very cute, classy, basic nail set, they take some effort and a lot of time, and some days I can do really good French tips, other days I struggle a bit more. But doing something like this where it's basically a French tip on the nail, whether it's just on the side or a full French tip like the one I'm doing here, I just really like how it's a little bit more of a different swiggly type of smile line instead of a very basic smile line that takes a little bit more effort to do. You guys know what I'm saying, but basically for all of the nails, I'm going to be doing the same exact thing, starting off with the outline and then filling it in. For each nail, I will go into the nail lamp and cure for a 30-second cure, just so I don't bump anything and mess anything up. But I will just be repeating this to all of the other nails. This is also in real time, I believe. Everything in this video I left in real time, so it is a little bit of a longer video since I did do a dip powder application and unboxing and also did quite a bit of nail art. But you guys let me know that you like the longer videos, you like watching it in real time, so I do really like that feedback, and I'm happy to give you guys what you want to watch because of course you guys are the ones watching the videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this play out. I really hope that you guys are enjoying the video. If you are and haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on your post notifications, that way you are notified each and every single time I upload. Also, if you're enjoying, give the video a like, that way I know you like watching content like this, and if you're feeling generous, leave a comment below. So once I had like the white abstract squiggly lines on my nails, I am now going to be going in with the cow print. So I am taking this brown gel liner, which is also from Kiara Sky. I just put some of that out on a palette and took a dotting tool. I find it super easy to use a dotting tool for cow print. And for some reason, I was not in frame for most of this, so you might see some parts cut out. I tried to cut out the parts where I was like totally off frame and like you couldn't even see what I was doing. I really do apologize for that. Sometimes I'm just so focused in what I'm doing. I don't look up to make sure I'm in frame. I kind of just focus on the nail art, and that was definitely this type of day. I was super focused in what I was doing to where I wasn't even checking to make sure I was in frame. I really need like to be wearing some headphones when I'm filming, and I need to say like be in frame, be in frame. Like I need it to be like on a repetitive cycle so I can remind myself to be in frame. But for cow print, it's super easy, very beginner friendly. I remember when I first started off doing nail art on my own nails, clouds and cow print, they were some of the first things that I started doing because it's so easy. You're basically just creating a blob and it's going to look like the cow print or the clouds. For the cow print, you do want to make sure that your like blobs are a little bit larger. That way it looks like a cow instead of just polka dots. So definitely do keep that in mind. For these nails, I did actually do some pretty big blobs just because I thought it would look a little bit cuter with the nail set, give it more of that Western look to it. So very simple. I'm just taking my dotting tool and blotting some different blobs on the white part of the nail. Again, for each of the nails, once I'm finished with it, I will go ahead and do a 30-second cure. That way I don't bump anything, but then I'll just go ahead and move on to the next nail and repeat the same exact process of using the brown gel liner with a dotting tool to create the brown blobs, creating the cow print on the nails. Once I was finished with the cow print, I decided to pull out kind of like a teal, aquamarine color. This is actually one of my favorite colors. I love this color so much. I put some of that out on my palette. I picked up a line brush and I am just going to be doing another outline on the white just to give some color to the nail set. This is basically the color, the pop of color that I added, and it just gives the nail set a little bit more characteristic. I also know teal is a very Western color, so I think it went very, like, it was very fitting to the nail set. And for this, I am just outlining the white parts of the nail using a nail art brush. This was very easy to do. I just did a simple, quick outline. I did go ahead and cure. I think I only did a quick flash cure for each of these because it I wasn't going to be working on this for super long. I just didn't want to bump it and smudge it or have to redo it. But again, very simple, and I will just be doing this onto all of the nails, and then once I'm completely finished, I will do a 30-second cure. Once I had on all of the teal outlines, that was everything for the nail art. So I'm taking the Kiara Sky non-wipe top coat and applying this to all of the nails. This top coat is a little bit of a thicker top coat, and I really like it because I was able to kind of like put the brush in different positions on the nail because the cow print was sticking up a little bit because I was doing like some pretty big blobs. But the way I was able to brush on this top coat, it really sealed everything together and created a super smooth surface for the nails. So I really like this top coat and recommend it for if you're doing nail art. It will definitely help seal in all of your nail art and smooth out the nail to make sure it is still a very smooth surface. It is also non-wipe and glossy. It gives that super glossy and shiny finish in the end, but when I was applying the top coat to the nails, brushing it over the nude dip powder, I just fell in love even more with the nail set, the nude with the top coat. It just pulled everything together and really topped off the nail set. Once I was all finished applying the top coat, I went ahead and cured that for 30 seconds in the nail lamp. And now I'm going to be adding on some bling and these flower charms. So taking some rhinestone glue for some of the nails, I'm going to be placing one of the larger flowers and one of the smaller flowers just kind of on the outline of the cow print. And then for my ring finger around the cuticle, I am just going to be adding some very small crystals just to give a little bit of a cuticle crystal, just to add a little bit of bling, make it a little bit of a girly western cow print set. And honestly, I thought it was so cute. Once I had on all of the flower charms, I did apply a little silver caviar bead in the center of them. I cured that, and then I went in with the cuticle crystals and cured those as well. So while I am finishing up with the crystals here, I just wanted to ask you guys your opinions on your favorite way to do nails. Do you personally prefer doing acrylic, dip powder, gel extensions, polygel, or do you just like to apply like gel polish on your natural nails or regular nail polish? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm super curious. I honestly, if I had to pick the favorite way, I would probably pick gel extensions just because I think they are super easy, and it also helps me to practice and focus more on doing nail art or just focus on a nail design versus actually building or doing the application for a nail. But I'm curious to know, so let me know down in the comment section below. But as you guys saw, I did take the nourishing oil, apply that to my cuticles to nourish them, and of course, like I always say, top off the nail set. And here is the finished look of these nails. I love them so much. I think definitely these win from any of the cow print sets I have done in the past. These are my absolute favorite. I love them so, so much. I also like how I did brown cow print instead of black. I think that gives it a whole different look to it, and these just look very, very cute. I think this would be a super fun recreation set for you guys. Even if you want to do it on shorter nails, I think it is totally possible. Of course, the design would just have to be a little bit smaller, but these nails could be pulled off on any length of nails. I really hope that you guys did enjoy the video, and anything that I did use, including the dip powder starter kit, will be linked down below in the description box, along with my discount code NAILEDBYBRANDI10, which will save you a little bit money off your Kiara Sky purchases. But I love how these turned out. Let me know what other products you want me to try, what other Kiara Sky products that you want me to try. I am going to be trying some more of their jelly tips in some videos coming up. I'm super excited for that. But here are the end shots of the nails. It is getting warmer outside and some more sunnier days. Recently, I've had a lot of rain where I live, but I'm super excited that the sun's coming out and I can get these outside shots. I think it just really makes the nail set look its fullest and looks super cute. I really hope that you guys did enjoy the video, but as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.